Hello everyone, my name is Byzaster, and I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I am here to talk about the official reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2. For so long now, I'm talking years, we've gotten rumor after rumor, leak after leak about the fabled successor to the Switch, and now, finally, we have our first official look at the console. And this official look has a lot of cool details, including one really huge one you'll want to hear about in case you missed it somehow. I'll get into it, but super quickly before I do, I make videos about video games, anime, and other shit, so if you want to see all sorts of content, for example, more stuff related to this console and the games we'll get for it, then subscribe. But for now, without any further ado, let's get into my thoughts on and hopes for the Nintendo Switch 2. We'll start out with my thoughts on it, which essentially will be the stuff that I noticed in the trailer and what I thought about it. Starting off, we have one of the most prominent features of this new console. Instead of sliding onto the Switch, these controllers slide into it. According to sources, these Joy-Cons, well, if they're still called that, are magnetic, which is why we see them sort of move themselves into the side of the Switch's screen. And if this is true, it is very cool. One thing I've noticed about my current Joy-Cons is that they really don't attach like they used to. The rail system, for whatever reason, doesn't work entirely correctly anymore, meaning that I'll be in the middle of playing a game and all of a sudden my controllers will register as not being connected to the screen. This isn't a huge issue, and it's definitely not the worst issue facing the Joy-Cons, but more on that later. Honestly, the fact that I'm only having this problem now, 7 years into owning the console, is probably a testament to the power of the Switch, but if it's totally gone because of these new controllers, I definitely won't complain. Next up is a feature that some might have missed, as it was only briefly covered in the trailer, but the Joy-Cons appear to have mouse functionality. Now, before you go around telling everyone I'm a genius, or you know what, I can wait until after, I wasn't the one who determined this from the trailer. The only reason I knew what I was seeing here instead of just thinking, oh, the Joy-Cons are racing around, that's cool, was because stuff about the controllers having mouse functionality was already leaked prior to the release of the trailer. Well, along with, everything else about the console. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what this function entails. Entails, like mouse tails. I'll be here all night, ladies. I don't know exactly what this function entails, but I'm excited to see more regardless. Something more exciting, in my opinion at least, is that the stand on the back of the console is bigger. Like a fuck of a lot bigger. I can already tell that this is going to be super helpful for tabletop play because the stand on the current Switch works about as well as my dick in a blender. Okay, I didn't even realize the implications of this next one at first, but now that I know, it's very exciting. And by next one, I'm referring to physical backwards compatibility being confirmed. If none of those words sounded like English to you, basically, it means that physical Switch cartridges will work on the Switch too. Interestingly enough, Nintendo already confirmed backwards compatibility a while back, but what I forgot to realize was that could have meant only digital games. Now that I know that that's not the case, I'm super relieved because I buy almost all of my games physically. All of these things I've talked about so far have already been super exciting, but these next two announcements honestly blow them out of the park. The first of these two announcements being the soft reveal of Mario Kart 9. That's right, the first new Mario Kart game in a whole decade. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record my reaction due to being in school when Nintendo decided to drop this trailer on a random fucking Wednesday, but here's how it probably would have gone. Is that Mario Kart 8? This track looks kinda different. Wait, the characters look different too. Oh my god, it's Mario Kart 9! Oh. What the fuck did they do to Donkey Kong? Honestly, I was considering making another thoughts on and hopes for video just for this game, but 2 of those in a row seems like a little bit too much, so we'll just do a mini one right now. Thoughts. It has 24 fucking players. Yes, 24 as in double the current amount of players, and that is awesome. The art style looks pretty different from 8, and most of the characters look really cute, except for Donkey Kong. What the fuck were they thinking with that? And then the only hope that I can think of so far is, please let them bring back every track from the previous games, kinda like what they did with the character roster from Smash Ultimate. That would be awesome. And speaking of hopes, I'll move on to my hopes for the game after covering the final announcement from the trailer. There will be a Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd, and I can't wait. Like, seriously, it's in April. How the fuck do they expect me to wait that long? Okay, hopes time. My first hope for the Switch 2 is that the controllers do not drift as badly as they did on the regular Switch. I could rant almost all day about how Joy-Cons are almost $80 despite the fact that they start having seizures 3 months after you buy them. Like seriously, the ones I'm using right now are on their last fucking legs, but because I don't want this video to turn into an hour-long rant, all I'm going to say is that I really want these new controllers to be better. Please. And speaking of things being better, hope number 3, please let this console have a better dock. Don't get me wrong, the dock's not as bad as the Joy-Cons, at least this thing doesn't start drifting everywhere, I think. Docky, no, that's oncoming traffic! But this thing is a little cheap and flimsy, and I'm 72% sure that it leaves slight scratches on my screen sometimes. So if the Switch 2 dock doesn't do that, that'll be great. Hope number 3 is one I think that pretty much everyone can agree on. I hope that the Switch 2 will be more powerful than the Switch 1. I'm not looking for anything too crazy in terms of graphics. I don't really know or care about FPS and all that shit. But if the Switch 2 can run shit like Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor ReFantazio, that would be dope. Hope number 4, I want a better eShop. The way the current one is set up is fucked. I want an eShop that I can open and not immediately be greeted by fucking hentai girls pretty Christmas. And while we're at it, can we actually get some eShop music on the Switch 2? Actually, I kinda want music for the home menu too. I can kinda understand why Nintendo's afraid to have stuff like that because it was the same stuff that was on the Wii U. But come on, at least make it an option. Speaking of the home menu, the rest of my hopes on this list are related to it. First of all, can we actually get home menu themes for the Switch 2? Like, no, black and white don't count. I want to have a 6 Xenoblade background or something. I still don't understand why, in all 7 years of the Switch existing, we have not gotten a single theme that isn't at least another color. Next, I want a better playtime counter on the next Switch. To this day, I still don't get why we don't just get the accurate counters that are on like every other console. You know, the ones that track exactly how many hours you've played a game for. I don't want this counting by 5 shit, and I definitely don't want any game first played 5 days ago or game played for a little while shit either. It's lame. Moving on, I want better photo and video sharing on the next Switch. The way it's organized right now is fine and gets the job done, but it's honestly inefficient and it takes way too fucking long. Those screenshots you saw just a second ago, yeah, I sent those to my phone from the Switch and it was like, okay, well, I'll take out my phone camera, I'll scan this QR code, I'll scan a different one, which will take me to a different website where I'll download it, and it's like, wait, can I just use fucking Bluetooth or something? Now, for my final hope for the Switch 2 that I can think of, well, so far at least, I hope that it has a better me menu. Like, I'm talking the ones we had on the Wii and Wii U, where you could see them moving around and interacting and stuff. On the Switch, though, it's just, let's just say they really took the menu part of it to heart, because that's pretty much all it is. It's boring. Although, I gotta admit, I'll be glad if we even get a me menu at all, because I feel like Nintendo has slowly been killing off Miis for the last couple of years. Like, amiibos are long gone. I don't think we'll see anything amiibo related on the Switch 2, but I hope the Miis stay with us. And those are pretty much all of my thoughts on and hopes for the Nintendo Switch 2. Well, for now at least. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out, and it lets you see more videos like this in the future. Also, please comment your personal thoughts and hopes related to this upcoming console. I'll be interested to see what you have to say. I hope to see you in the next one, but until then, bye!